Now, it's great news for the people of South Sudan after the signing of a power-sharing deal aimed at ending a brutal 5-year civil war. Businesses were shut on Tuesday in South Sudan's capital, Juba, as people celebrated a deal that will see rebel leader Riek Machar return to government as one of 5 vice presidents. He and President Salva Kiir signed the agreement in neighboring Sudan. Hanan.
That's right, Jerry. This is a crisis that interests the leaders of the sub-region and which is also of interest to the international community, which has expressed itself on this agreement. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres on Monday welcomed the signing of the document and the contents of the agreement. For him, it's an important step to revive the peace process after the failure of the 2015 agreement that was supposed to end the conflict.
We're now joined by Sieta Majok. Sieta is a South Sudanese analyst and she joins us from Birmingham, the United Kingdom. Sieta, thank you for joining us. So let's begin with the celebrations that we are seeing in South Sudan over this peace deal, which some have, by the way, criticized as not being different from the previous one on paper. Should South Sudanese people be truly jubilant over this deal? Sieta.
Thank you for having me. There's definitely some mixed reactions. Some South Sudanese are confident, don't have confidence. The ones who are confident, they have a renewed hope about the process, particularly because it's been moved from Addis Ababa to Khartoum. So they have a renewed hope that the process will actually work out, whereas there's another group of South Sudanese who don't have that hope, particularly because the peace process is being conducted under the auspices of Sudan's Bashir and Uganda's Museveni, and these two have an invested role in the current crisis. And the South Sudanese in this peace talks have also made very, very big concessions towards Sudan, which makes many people feel like that the current crisis, the current peace talks, is more in the benefit of these two countries rather than South Sudanese themselves. Whereas South Sudanese should remain confident, only time will tell whether this process will succeed or not.
Surely, and this is what many will, of course, wait to see. But Sieta, the South Sudan crisis also stems from personal differences between Salva Kiir and Riek Machar, and there are tribal factors as well. So how is this peace deal covering such issues?
The current process is divided into different phases. I would like to call it phases because what was signed in Khartoum was just a discussion of power sharing and governance. And the warring parties are currently in Khartoum as we speak right now, so they'll be addressing issues such as compensation, healing and reconciliation, as well as justice and accountability. So I see the issue of tribalism being discussed over the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Now, over 1 million South Sudanese are now refugees in Uganda and other neighboring countries. And should they be thinking of moving back home already, or is it too early following this peace deal?
In my honest opinion, it's still a little bit too early. Past peace agreements have been signed, and cessation of hostilities were already violated in 24, 48 hours, and so I think a little bit more time needs to be given before, especially the ones who are externally and internally displaced, for them to have confidence to return back home. We have to see this peace agreement not only being signed, we also have to see its implementation, and that will take time. There needs to be provisions for them to return. There needs to be a conducive environment for many to be comfortable to return home.
Sieta, thank you for speaking with us.